Buongiorno, and thanks for tuning in to another awful movie review.
Buongiorno.
You know, we couldn't do a bad movie ripoff series without covering one of Bruno Mattei's films. At this point, I am more than acquainted with the notorious Italian director's filmography, whether it be Robo War, which is a cheap copy of The Predator, or Rats, Night of Terror, which is essentially Night of the Living Dead, but with rats.
It's incredible. Ingenious.
And last but certainly not least, the shamefully nauseating Cruel Jaws, which not only is a dumpster fire of a film, but also had the audacity of calling itself Cruel Jaws or Jaws 5, even though this was in no way an official sequel to the Jaws franchise. But this wouldn't be the first time Mattei tried to pass off his movies as something they are not, and thus is the case with Shocking Dark, also released as, get ready for this, Terminator 2.
Really?
How they ever got to market this film as a sequel to Terminator is beyond me. Even the official poster of the movie is basically a copy of the original Schwarzenegger classic. But before we rip up another rip-off, please subscribe to my channel if you enjoy my content, don't forget to like and share this review, and don't hesitate to recommend me a bad movie rip-off in the comments below.
I'm afraid that's impossible, sir.
What do you mean impossible?
So Bruno Mattei, who goes under the pseudonym of Vincent Dawn for some reason, gives us Shocking Dark, or Terminator 2, or whatever you want to call it, which takes place in the beautiful city of Venice.
This is Venice today. What will happen tomorrow?
I think the reason why some call it Terminator 2 is because one character is actually a cyborg in disguise, and he's wearing a silver jacket and acting all menacing, like in the Terminator movie. And in the second half of the film, he's chasing after the main female lead, a scientist named Sarah, like Sarah Connor. It could just be a big coinkydink, but that's a pretty huge one. Anyway, back to the story. What was once a landmark of culture and civilization has now become an abandoned and desolate ghost city because of toxic pollutants contained in the waters. Inside the underground systems, a team goes missing under mysterious circumstances. Yeah, just watch them get killed. No need to send any help. So what do you do when a whole team gets annihilated by some unknown force under the sewage system?
We don't know, but it's going to be part of your job to find out.
You just send in another one.
And, of course, naturally, we request the maximum discretion regarding this operation.
These soldiers soon face off slimy, disgusting mutants, which are a result of the toxic chemicals. And this, ladies and gerbils, is when we get the bad acting dial turned up to the maximum.
Kill me. Please kill me.
We get the two extremes here. Either horrendous overacting, which is unbearable.
So you caught me. Big deal. If you enter the city, you're gonna die.
Like this black chick trying to put on the badass boss girl persona.
All right, you bunch of pussies, I'm back and I'm kicking ass.
But by the same token, we get some of the stalest, most unexpressive acting I've seen in a while. It's quite amazing, actually.
11 years in the Marines were enough to teach me that whoever talks a lot doesn't get much done.
And I have zero acting skills. The mix of Italian and American actors have some of the phoniest dialogue I've heard. It's really bad.
You make anything out of this?
I'm coming right out and saying that the special effects are pretty cool here for a campy B movie. Those slimy mutants are the best thing here. There were a few scenes which were kind of enjoyable, where the soldiers were blasting away with their big shotguns at the mutants, slowly coming out of the fog. But that's about all there is to sink your teeth into here, folks. Shocking Dark is also a knockoff of Aliens, in the sense that the story revolves around a group of soldiers facing terrifying monsters in a disclosed location. The underground has that same grungy cyberpunk feel like in Aliens, and the knockoff feel becomes all the more obvious when, halfway through the flick, Sarah is tasked with rescuing and protecting a small girl named Samantha. Except here we don't have any Ripley, or anything of real quality for that matter.
A masterpiece.
It's not long after the crew discovers that a nasty multinational company is behind the poisoning of the city's waters.
These substances will further pollute the water, already devoid of oxygen, and will definitely make Venice a dead city. We will thus be able to proceed with the true reclamation plan and resell our property together with that acquired after the total collapse of the city for more than 70% of their present value.
Wow, that's a pretty elaborate scheme. Those people sure are creative, I'll tell you that. And they plan on poisoning the whole world, but why? I'm not sure the movie itself knows.
That's not my problem.
I'm surprised that a guy like Mattei was able to make as many movies as he did, because with such a dishonorable filmography under his belt, to say the very least, if I were a movie studio, I would never hire that guy to direct a motion picture, let alone let him get near a camera. But somehow he was able to do just that right until his death. So yeah, shocking dark, more like shocking shart. What an awful movie.